Hi there, Chris here with part 3 of working on the DreadBall models for Matthew. And so, in our exciting part 2, I finished pretty much painting these guys up. You know, I was quite pleased with them. I'll have to take a quick little snapshot of how these guys look finished. It's not terribly anything impressive or, you know, it's going to win any awards or anything like that, but, you know, like they're colored and they're going to look fairly decent on the camera with some lights. And, you know, I went with the New York Giant theme on these guys. You know, nice little metallic blue with some red accents all over the place and gray leggings. Only to find out that there was a color scheme I was supposed to follow. And so here's a small bit of advice for all you would-be commissioned painters out there. That when taking on an assignment, make sure that you get it in written form, directions as to what you want, or what the client wants specifically. Because I must have tuned out at some point or something, and I thought I had free reign on how these guys are going to be painted, which I didn't. And there was also a specific condition in which the numbers on the back were supposed to be followed. And so everything, I mean, everything's fine. We're going to still use the guys and everything like that. Like and there's no problems there. It's just, you know, yeah, it's a little, oh, I messed that up. And so for the Ratmen, they're supposed to follow this kind of color scheme here. Let's get a bit of light on these guys. Now you see here they have a light gray body with kind of a dark yellow, kind of a brown yellow color scheme. And then the flesh bits are kind of a pinky brown kind of color. Not sure what it is, but it looks like a purpley brown actually. Anyway, so supposed to follow this kind of color scheme for these guys, so we'll be doing that exactly. And yeah, so I've already gone ahead and assembled up the models because it didn't need to be, I don't think you guys need to see me cleaning these guys again. I mean, it's kind of, you know, I mean, like it wasn't, you know, terribly integral that I showed you in the last series cleaning the models, but they are cleaned, they're ready to go. Basically all I'm going to do is prime them, color them a dark gray, probably hit them with an ink wash, and then pick out the yellow, and then pick out the furry flesh parts, and call it a day, and then go through and color, coordinate with which numbers should be on their backs. And yeah, and now the little dwarves, I haven't fixed to their bases yet, as you can see here. And so you can see under the light, see, you can see how kind of fun they look, eh? You know, on the camera they look sparkly blue, and I kind of dig it, you know, they look like little New York Giants. Little dwarves, New York Giants, come on. That's funny. But yeah, that's it, you know, they got the little numbers on their backs, you see, so they kind of look like a little, proper little football team. What do you know, it's a little football. And yeah, so Ratmen are on the menu next. 10 of them to get through. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. I was thinking the dark gray as the base color for them, and then yeah, I don't know, it says because I'm trying to get through these guys quickly because I got to get to the humans next, and I'm about halfway through my time with these guys, and yeah, I think that's it. Another thing too is you may have seen I painted these guys, like I had affixed them to the box here, and I found that I just ended up painting them while on this box. And this is probably not the answer for a lot of people, but normally I use a handle when painting a model, especially like single models, and you've seen them in the videos and the tutorials, you know, where I just have this little handle, well, this little thing right where I hold onto the model. I like this because it's a good size for my hand. Now some people with smaller hands are probably just as comfortable holding on to, say, just the base or even like a paint pot. And a lot of people hang on to the paint pot. I find sometimes the paint pot's a little too small, whereas this has got a nice circumference to it, and you know, it's very comfortable in my hands. My fingers aren't closing very far, and you find that your hands will cramp up, and that's another reason to use a handle when painting models. With these little guys, because they're so light, using this box and hanging onto it while I was painting these guys was actually fairly comfortable. And so definitely would recommend that for anybody who's trying to get through large scale models. Fixing them, I should have probably turned them more, but even because of the blue tack, I could still turn these guys. I could still turn them if I needed to get at an area, which is fairly handy. And this is just a package box that was the paints, military paints came in, and it worked out. It worked out just fine to hold on to. It was fairly comfortable, and that was about it. So I'm gonna get to the Ratmen next, and then it'll be on to the humans. So hopefully these don't take me too long. There's a lot of little bits. They don't look quite as complex. The Ratmen had like a whole bunch of bits to them. Like these guys, I had to glue the heads in, the arms, and that tail in. And it's kind of a pain working with these tiny little bits to clean, and it took a little bit. So the dwarves were really easy because it was just a couple arms or an arm here or there. And these humans, at least I think they're human. I don't know. There's a big giant dude in here too. It's like an ogre maybe. Or is it a cyborg? I don't know. Either way, they shouldn't take too long because it looks like only maybe arms. Oh wait, maybe a couple heads as well. I don't know. Either way, all these little fiddly bits. Get them painted up. Get them done. Get them so that they can start playing football or DreadBall, whatever it is. Let's get to work. Okay, so time for the halftime pep talk. So, the colors we went through, I primed them in the surface primer from Vallejo. Really good stuff. Enjoy using this stuff. I use the black, and this is the gray. I don't have the white. I meant to pick up a white, but I didn't at the time. And then we went with a Raven Black. Initially, when I went with the gray primer, I was thinking of priming them gray and then begin, laying down the base colors. Kind of said ixnay on that, and so I went with the black, and then I came in with a base gray, and then just kind of little spots here and there, just to create some, Zenith style highlighting in Snow White. Now, the next phase, so here they are. Hold on, let's get the light nice and properly here. So you can see here how they have, like a little bit of depth, blah, 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 right? I mean, with the airbrush, it's real easy to create, a Zenith style highlighting, and you can see like from the top here, they're really quite bright. From underneath, really quite dark. Try to catch some of the spots on their knees, things like that, bring out the armor plates. Overall, not bad. So now the next phase is laying down some color. Now, the model that I'm supposed to be imitating is this guy. Now you can see he's got like a fairly dark gray in the body, like the main plating of the armor. The flesh, it looks like it's based in like a warlock purple, like a mid-tone purple. What color is that? It looks like it's more like Xerxes purple? No, it's too light. Maybe I don't have the purple. Oh, maybe I do. Screamer pink. Yeah, Screamer pink looks actually a little closer to it. I'm dropping my pink bottles everywhere. So, I don't know if I'm going to go with that whole pink route, as like the fur looks like it was done in a brown. And then the armor plates, it looks like it was done in Zameshi Desert and then given Agraxer shade, or they started off with, I don't know. It's kind of a yellow and a gray. I kind of dig how the yellow is like right in a little spot. It's kind of hard to see here, but like they have these like little raised surfaces, and then look like the team number goes inside this little circular area. I kind of dig it. But I'm thinking of, because I've gone through the trouble of creating this Zenith style highlighting, I'm thinking of just glazes of color, like 1 or 2 layers of color on the armor plates, a little bit of tinting on the fur, and something, I'm thinking like a pinkish rat tail, you know, just bring out that rat tailness. But I'm thinking the entire flesh areas that are like, you see, that are like furry and fleshy, I'm thinking that they should all be fairly uniform in a brown. Like I might do it in a light brown, and then if need be, to reshape, to bring out some of that texture in the fur, I might give it a shade, like a wash, like egg racks or something, I don't know. You know, you kind of hate just always defaulting to like egg racks earth shade, but I don't know. But the yellow, I'm thinking like a yellow glaze. Or I was thinking of mixing like a Reichland flesh and the Lamenter's yellow. Taking a quick little mix of that and seeing how that looks. Just to get me that kind of, that brown yellow that's on the guy's shoulder pads, eh? So just so that there's a bit of connection between the two color schemes. I really don't feel like, you know, imitating what this person has done. I don't even know who painted these. I really don't feel like imitating these. I kind of want to, you know, do it in my own fashion. And, you know, like I was tasked with duplicating the color scheme, but I can't. I just artistically can't. Well, I shouldn't say can't, I just won't. So I think I'm gonna do it, try and stay close to that color scheme, but I'm gonna do something my own way, my own thing. Can't help it, you know. I'm gonna do my own thing. So let's get back to work and let's try out some just tinting, because like I said, we've already created a Zenith style highlight, and so we really don't want to disturb that slight color transition that's already on there. It's not a really good color transition, as you've seen how fast I had done it. And you know, with the airbrush, if I had taken my time and carefully planned how the brush was gonna go, I could, you know, do it a little bit better, you know, mask off certain areas, you know. But you know, we're on a time clock here, and you know, they just got to get done. They're not, you know, they're not being painted for scrutiny. You know, they're painted just as game pieces, and they just need to look good on the table. You know, so I don't think I'm gonna fret too much over, you know, how much color transition and such are in there. But I do like how, you know, like the gray and everything of the main armor plates and such look, and that's pretty much going to stay. And so it's just going to be picking out just like the shoulder pads, that center number. I think that's all that's yellow on these guys. Oh, and the knee pads. The knee pads. That's it. And that's all that's yellow. And so it's very little. And I was even thinking of just taking Everland Sunset and thinning it down, and then just applying a light glaze of that on it. See how that looks. Maybe I'll do it for the big guys, since they look different than like the other little rat dudes that run around. Maybe, you know, so like it looks okay that if the color is slightly off, but otherwise, you know, yeah, I don't know. Let's get back to work and let's figure out something. This is pretty much how I work all the time. It's just kind of, yeah, I'll think of something. I'll make it work somehow. I don't know. Try something. But that's the only way really you kind of get good at, you know, figuring out stuff, is, you know, you just see a problem, you work through it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the way it goes. I don't know where any of that was going, but anyway, let's get back to work.